good.
It is your mic.
You dropped it on your brother's name already.
That was just a stand.
No, the mic was on it still, wasn't it? Yeah, because we can hear it in the recording. Funk. I think we actually saved that one.
I'm glad. No, that's what I said. That's like the only one of these like warm ups that like we kept because someone like keeping it. That's a genius.
Speaking of warm-ups, hello and welcome to the I Know What I Got cast, or ICWIG if you're one of those people. I'm your host, Andrew.
Sounds like the name of a Harry Potter album.
I hand on a brew. I am joined by the...
You're Andrew Hand on a Brew.
Okay. I'm Andrew Hand on a Brew. I am joined by the incomparable Goldie Stocks brothers themselves, Ben and David. Say hello, Ben and David.
Hello, Ben and David.
And our co-host, whose car is toast. Check.
Hi.
Today's episode, we'll find out if Germany is making alliances again. Ferrari is treated like an everyday commuter. And, dude, where's my Ford?
Renault made the alliance. They're French.
Rough. Not opening with a dad joke.
No, that's a
I appreciate
true
it.
fact.
I know.
Google it. They're horrible cars.
Why don't we start with what we always do? The news.
Let's.
Something big in electrical news, EV-wise.
No, not again.
Okay.
Really, again? EV news? I thought we were off this.
It's
but that's
the only
okay.
thing of the future. You
gosh.
gotta. I'm siding
Gotta
with
embrace
Andrew
it.
here.
That's horrible.
Well, I was just
Yeah.
jerking your chain anyway.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
We
I was
are,
so
however,
deflated.
Damn it.
going to look at the recent kickback at some emissions laws in the EU real quick. It looks like Germany, Poland, and Hungary, and Italy are pushing back against the EV wave that has already been ratified and could honestly go over like a fart in a spacesuit.
These two guys right here,
Oh,
these twos,
you're referring to yourself and
Yeah. David.
Yeah, me.
we're,
Yes, me.
because we're brothers,
Uh-huh.
we're also Hungarian.
Oh,
Allegedly, we've never taken the test because I
No,
don't want
but
to get
Grandma
tracked.
Julie
but
moved here from
Hungary,
Hungary.
yeah, it's-
Hungary.
Close enough, Benny.
Yeah, you know. So,
Yeah.
shout out Hungary.
go
Okay.
hungry. Don't go hungry. Eat things. But yeah. Okay. They are pushing back against the EV wave that has already been ratified and could honestly go over like a fart in a spacesuit. Germany is attempting to get combustion engines using e-fuels or fuels that are considered non-harmful to the environment and do not produce as many or any greenhouse gases. If you ask me, Germany is just trying to be practical as well as trying to protect itself, and Germany is the biggest breadwinner for the EU.
Obviously.
Obviously, we
Right.
have a bunch of
Yeah.
landlocked countries, and they need things to unlandlock themselves with
Yep.
on vacation or
Water.
to the store.
Or a long vacation in
Perhaps.
France.
The reason why they are so up in arms
Good one.
about this is EVs. I know I lied, but bear with me. It is not practical. Allowing these fuels to be part of the EU's brighter, greener future is paramount in keeping the German economy afloat, as well as all of this change in manufacturing occurs in the next decade. The combustion engine can still be improved and made to fit within these green parameters, so long as the correct fuels can be added to this bill at the last minute. Now, Chuck, did you find out exactly what was special about this bill?
Well, it's the fact that it's the same stuff that all the other manufacturers are being like held to. So by 2035, like majority of stuff in Europe and here, and I think China was or whatever,
So
has
just
to be
those
EV.
like pledges and stuff?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
so like they can't switch over fast enough. All their fleets, like we were talking about last time, you know, like Germany, their taxi cabs are Mercedes and Volkswagens, and so like there's not a whole lot that they can do right now practically that is going to be profitable at the same time. Like they can't change over fast enough. So there's other e-fuels, which I think it's like they're referencing hydrogen and whatnot. They want to make those a part of this bill, but they're not right now, is from what I can gather. So, yeah, so they're forcing them into switch all EV, but giving them no kind of sort of buffer that they can use that's with stuff that's already in place, which makes no sense.
Didn't Porsche make some new fuel? It's supposed to be like a biofuel.
So it would be
They
in
made, like,
their best
7
interest
drops of
because
it.
I know that they were getting really, really, really frustrated with the constantly changing infamous CARB
Yeah.
emissions laws
sucks.
from California because almost every year or every other year, CARB comes out with, you can't do this anymore. And Porsche's like, well,
Yeah.
we just re-engineered the
We did
engine
it?
for the 4th, 5th, 6th time now.
You can't even sell the
It's
GT3
costing
Touring
too much
here.
money.
Or you can't even sell the GT3 manual here. It's too
Yeah.
loud. I think
It's
a
costing
lot.
too much money to keep having to re-engineer and detune,
No.
tune this here every single year to keep themselves profitable.
Yeah.
So instead, they're just looking at the fuel aspect. I guess that makes sense.
So yeah, they figure if they can make their own fuel that's like clean, they hooray! Like
What do you think it is? You think it's like
Is it like that algae that Shell's been teasing on commercials for years? You guys remember those?
yeah?
yeah,
When's that coming? Huh?
Well,
I want to know.
So what do you think fossil fuels are to begin with? I think they're just trying to figure out a way to like speed up the process
Kinda
with
like
that.
making
I
it out
don't.
of sand instead of oil.
Oh,
Who knows? I don't know.
okay.
There's something
what's
else that's abundantly like a ton of
Hydrogen?
Yeah, there's that too, but like that's that.
I
is
know
like
it's
an
volatile. I get it.
Possible, like fueling a hydrogen car now, right now, is like a huge pain. You have to wait for like the pressure to equalize, and then it fills, and then it has to equalize again, and it takes forever, and it sucks. So it's not really viable.
Well, I
It's
don't know.
better
I
than
don't
plugging
see
in
what's
your
so
car at a
bad
charging
about
station
that.
and waiting for 45 minutes or something or more.
same.
It's the same.
The same.
So,
Oh, is it really that
but
long?
here's
Yeah.
you're not. You shouldn't be traveling like across state lines with this. Typically, you have, in
Yeah, well, you're gonna
theory,
be
another
everything.
car for
You're not
this,
having a
right?
Choice.
Or you can rent one. I don't know, but this stuff is like if we can get most people to commute in electric vehicles or hydrogen vehicles. You know, they parked the car last night. They have this hydrogen or electric charging station, basically, right? Takes
Right.
forever, but they're not even using it, right? They go to work in it, where there hopefully are stations to recharge it.
Yeah.
Right.
They take it back to.
Right.
That's what most people do most days.
Right.
So
Correct.
that's
But-
kind of the.
If they're going to limit everything you can buy in 12 years,
Yeah, I know.
to
I'm not
this.
saying what they're doing is entirely right.
You're
but,
going to have to
you know.
road trip. You're going to have to road trip in those cars at some point, so they got to figure it out now.
Yeah.
Well,
Some people don't have to, but I feel like people like our age enjoy
gonna.
going on road trips
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
take the gas car.
right.
Exactly.
What the hell are they going to do to planes?
Oh, what are they going to do to cruise ships? That's what they should be attacking.
Yeah.
Per last episode.
Ships, really. But
So, speaking of last episode, or, well, a previous episode, I did make a joke where if you didn't pay your subscription for your EV, it would cease functions. Ford has decided to talk about taking it one step further. If you are late on your payments, Ford vehicles in the right conditions will repossess themselves
No.
They
That's
will
the
drive it to a
funniest
nearby
thing
area
in the world.
for
Yeah.
a truck to haul them away. Yep.
Oh
It'll
my
just be like,
God.
yo, I'm going to the repo lot. I'll see you later. Drive through your garage.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is that they put parameters to make sure that there's nothing around it that's the right conditions that he mentioned. But, you know,
Right.
things go wrong on Ford all the time. So it's sensing whether the garage door is open or closed could be
It uses your own garage door button against
Oh
you.
my god! Yeah, what if they
That's
do actually make it so it's
insane.
Bluetooth sync to your car, so you just press a car and oh wow, Ford is going to be all
All
up in
right,
your home.
I'm going to let myself out.
Yeah. All right, I'm out.
the old Irish goodbye.
Seriously.
So make sure you pay on time or else, I guess. This will be done by, go figure, onboard computers and driving software instead of a ghost.
Yeah.
So, really, dude.
Casper the friendly repo man.
Yeah. I mean, I guess drive. What is it? Lane assist has turned into steal assist. So
Yeah.
here we are.
Damn,
So,
I'm so
um,
glad I drive an old car. Oh man.
Seriously.
So now we wanted to keep the news shorter this week. So we have one last little tidbit for you that is a cool piece of history. A 1963 Ferrari 250 GTO made some recent headlines. Surprise. The reason being is that it is one of the most expensive cars known to man. And not one of, but the most. Oftentimes selling for 50 million plus at the least. I mean,
The owner
$63
of the
million
WeatherTech floor mat brand bought one for 70.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make a lot of floor mats.
I mean, have you looked at how much a set of those is?
I
It's
know,
like
it's
over
like
$100 bucks.
Yeah.
The only car that keeps smashing the 250 GTO's auction records is the 250 GTO.
Yeah. Oh,
Right.
for real.
And then a Mercedes. But like, ugh,
Oh, yeah.
we're gonna leave that one
Which
out
one was
for
that?
this, like the SLR.
Oh,
The
right.
300
Yeah,
SLR.
the one from like the
300,
museum that they were like, you know what? Let's just sell. I have no
Right.
idea why, but like they were like, let's just sell it. And
Everybody
someone's like,
needs cigarette money.
yeah,
Yeah, museums are nonprofit.
Well, there was a car. Do you remember that Porsche? It was a real early, like before it was called a 356.
Oh, the Gamund.
Yeah, the Gamund. The
Uh-huh.
Gamund. So this is like the first Porsche ever built, pretty much. Porsche, for those of you at home who keep score. It went to auction. It was supposed to fetch a ton of money, and the auctioneer bumbled this so bad.
Oh my god,
He
this
said
was so funny.
17 million, 17 million, and then all of a sudden he said, everyone thought he said 70 million.
And
So
it went
then the
insane.
price jumped up, and everyone was like
80
"Ooh,"
million,
and stopped.
90 million.
Yeah.
everyone
And then everybody was like,
a second."
wait, we're at 19. And they're like, oh, and like everyone was up in arms. It was the craziest thing. It was you got to find it on YouTube.
I don't know why they didn't
You
just
can
keep
watch the
going
whole-
from 19 and being like, sorry.
It was like it was
Because the energy's gone. The magic
Yeah, it was a
is
disaster.
Now
I guess
the
so.
mojo
It was a
has
What would I know?
dissipated.
Yeah.
It was
I don't
so
go to
wild.
auctions.
Like we watched it live, and I was like,
my God.
what is going on right now?
That's
Like,
insane.
That was crazy.
So you would think that one of these 250 GTOs would be treated like museum pieces or like an original piece of art. But remember, when these were sold, no one knew how valuable these would be. This specific 63 GTO in question was bought by a tobacco heiress by the name of Mamie Reynolds in 1963. Now, this is according to the Ferrari registry. She bought it to race in 2 races at Daytona, which had a great driver at the wheel, Pedro Rodriguez. He had won in 24 Hours of Le Mans and Formula One back in the day. He did, in fact, win this event at Daytona. So later that year in 63, the car was sold to a Buick dealer, of all places. Again,
Right.
they didn't.
Right.
Yeah, they didn't know. I mean, I've seen classifieds for these things with people being like, yeah, so $6,000.
yeah.
$6,000.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Auto
No, I
Trader
don't.
magazine was
I'm
such a
not- I'm not
crazy
quite that
thing
old.
back in the 90s. Oh man.
Well, this isn't the 90s. This is
no, I
like-
know, but still, people had like stuff. You know, you'd see a 911
No,
doesn't
you know where
run
you go?
$1,000.
You know where you want to go if you want to piss your pants?
Where?
Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man was going through the classifieds. There's like an Austin Healey 3000 for sale for like $4,000
Oh yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah.
so wild.
or something like that.
I gotta
Yeah,
rewatch
first
that
gen
now.
Corvette for like $8 or something. You know,
Yeah, It's like
nothing.
pennies.
Pennies. Yeah, that is what.
Okay.
Lived in the wrong.
Must
just
be
a little
nice.
early.
Yeah.
Late.
If you could go
That's
back
what I
in
mean.
time to an era strictly to buy cars that would go up in value, pick a decade.
Oh man. I feel like as
Uh,
far as overall value, you have to go back to like the 70s, where like stuff that's cool from the 60s and 50s wasn't too crazy. But then what I'd want to do is probably like go to like the 90s. When
I would,
feel
I would do 80s because there's
Yeah.
so much cheap
I was
stuff
thinking the 80s also.
Yeah.
That's worth
that you
money
could
now.
buy now that's worth just too much money.
That's accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 80s, like the early 80s.
So, where was I? The Buick dealer.
Yeah.
They later took an ad out in Road and Track advertising it for a $14,000 sale price. As it turns out, it only sold for $12,166.
Please tell me that was the guy who sold it now.
Shut up. No, I don't know that.
Oh, okay.
Keeping inflation in mind, that is still roughly around $119,000 in today's money. And right when you would think this car was bought to live a posh and lavish life in a heated garage, car covers, and glimmering with a beautiful wax and polish, you would still be wrong. This car was bought by a fella named George, who immediately had the Ferrari painted white with blue stripes.
No!
Gross.
Yeah.
Oh, George!
Yeah.
Ooh.
It was for some racing team that he was a part of, but whatever.
You must spell George with a J.
The kicker here really is that it wasn't just a concours car. It was a daily driven car to his place of work. Now worth tens of millions. Like tens, and you get the idea.
Yep.
And
Matching numbers? Gotta be.
Probably.
Yeah, it is.
I
It's
wonder
like
how many true miles are on that car.
I don't know. I think the frame
Daily
said it
driven for
was
years.
like frame number 4319, if I remember correctly, or something like that. Yeah,
Well, he
it was
also
all
taught
over.
his kid how to drive manual in the car.
Yeah.
Yikes.
George with a J.
I don't know if that's like a flex or just like poor foresight.
It's horrible judgment. Imagine being
I
that
don't know,
guy's
what-
kid now.
Yeah, but I mean, how much of a flex is
Be like,
it?
yo, I learned how to drive stick in a Ferrari. Not
Not
only
just
that,
any Ferrari.
the most expensive Ferrari in the world.
Right.
Must be nice.
George held on to the car until 1993, after what is it, 30 years?
Yeah,
30
roughly.
years, yeah. Roughly 30 years, to an English businessman that uses it for concours and vintage driving. The final thing is that jaw-dropping. Wow, you wrote that weird, Chuck.
The final thing that
No,
is-
no, I said it weird. The final thing that is jaw-dropping about this car is that it is supposedly the most original 250 GTO left on the road.
What?
Let me ask you a question. Still white?
Probably not.
Okay.
Is it still white, Chuck?
I could not find any recent photos of it, so I'm assuming so.
Okay.
There's pictures from the
You know-
Buick
you know
ad
how
where
it
it was. I think it was white. It looks white in the photo.
So there's that. And then my next question is,
Buick ad.
how much
What?
did fucking George with a J, must be with a J, two
Nope.
J's, both G's
It's
are
with a
supposed
G.
to be.
George of the Jungle.
Yep. Nope. Probably not.
To answer your question, between 3 and 3.5 mil.
In the 90s.
Yeah, when he sold it in '93.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
admirable. Okay, that 12 grand to 3.5 mil.
Good.
It's okay. That's good. But like
I'd be happy.
the next guy who sold it, whew, sheesh.
So that concludes the news. This week, David pulled the mid-'80s Fox Body Mustang SVO, which tragically stands for Special Vehicle Operations. Very lackluster when put next to a Dodge Omni GLH, short for Goes Like Hell. David, what prompted you to buy this little model, possibly as far back as 10 years ago when they were still ugly to everyone else?
Great question. I love Fox Body Mustangs.
Wow.
One of my personal favorites, and I don't know. Every
Yep,
other
I'm
Mustang,
not
like,
proud to
eh.
say it, but I do as well.
Yeah,
And that's
it's like
why
when
I
that we had the what was it, the saline one up, and it was like we were like, you know what, this is cool.
Yeah.
This is really really cool. And then we named the exact person who would buy it and keep it in their Mustang garage with all like the old retro gas
Tanks.
tanks.
And
Thank
I-
you.
yeah, like the
pumps.
pumps.
Yeah,
That's
pumps
what
and
I'm
stuff,
looking
yeah.
for. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then this one, I was just like, I like this, and it was purple. And I was like, well, I'm sold. I like any Hot Wheels offered in a purple color. And I was like, I love Fox Body Mustangs. I honestly, like at the time, I was like, I kind of didn't really realize the SVO meant it was like a 4 turbo engine. It was just like, it's still cool. I don't know. It is what it is. I still bought it anyway. But it was one of the random ones that I pulled from our random collection.
I haven't forgotten to pull the one today for next week.
Okay.
Beautiful.
So, the Fox Body is the longest produced generation of Mustang there was, and it will probably continue to be the lightest generation of Mustang there ever will be. It started
Great
in
looking
1979 to 1993, which is about 14 years, and behind that was the next generation, the SN95 chassis, at 10 years, and then the one following that was 9 years.
I like those as well. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it looks nothing like any other Mustang ever made, and so happens to be in 5.0 fastback form the most gorgeous, in my correct opinion.
Yep. 100%.
Agreed.
So
And if you don't agree, your name is George spelled with a J.
And you're wrong.
today we're talking about the SVO specifically, which I don't know if you guys saw, but I titled the episode episode 4, A New SVOpe.
Oh,
I like it.
cheesy.
I
I
like
love
it.
that.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
That was good.
So it was produced for about 3 years. It is the vodka strong, frog-eyed, 3 times broken nose cousin.
Yep.
We all know that one.
Yeah. What years did they make them?
84,
You know?
86.
84 through 86.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they still had the double headlights.
Yeah.
No. No, they did not.
What?
Frog-eyed, honey. Yeah. So a lot of them actually had like imagine the rectangular headlight form,
Yeah,
but the middle of it, the main headlight part, was like recessed for
Oh, I see what you're saying.
for drag coefficient, and it had a specific little cowl on the hood. We'll get into that.
Yeah.
So this car effectively brought the performance aspect of the Mustang back from its cold black sleep since the Mach 1.
With a 4-cylinder and a turbocharger. Let's not forget.
Yeah,
Right.
but turbo, yummy.
So let's get back to what other manufacturers were doing at the time. I brought up Dodge's GLH series from Shelby for the Omni, a 4-cylinder hatchback. VW had recurring Superstar Golf GTI, a 4-cylinder hatchback. Ford had the Fiesta XR2, a 4-cylinder hatchback, and the Escort RS, a 4-cylinder something back. And I think only 2 of those are really available in the States.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
The first 2?
Yeah. God, Cosworth RS. Oh, sorry. Continue on.
So this is perhaps why the Special Vehicle Operations Department skipped over the 5-liter V8 and opted for a turbocharged 4-banger to put out 175, then 200 horsepower out of what was a little under 3,000 pounds. They weren't looking for a hooner. They were building a bona fide street legal racer. Then they slapped an extra wing over the first wing to help with its flying capabilities. In the event it actually flew off the pavement when the turbo lag stopped and the force ripped one's hands off the steering wheel to give you a good old double punch in the face.
Yeah.
Nobody loves a 10-finger sandwich more than me.
Oh, better than a
You look
footlong.
like the type of person, and we talk a lot, and I'm also the type of person that loves any kind of sandwich.
Yeah.
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 Nothing like a sandwich.
There's
Even if it's sometimes a knuckle sandwich. Now, the reason we didn't continue to see such a thing is pretty much just that. Compared to the GT, it was somewhat objectively less streetable. It had less torque off the line, worse fuel economy, and you kept hitting yourself in the face before getting curb stomped on the airbag-less steering wheel when wrapping the front end around the only traffic light post in your town.
Oh, so you can knock your teeth out and then knock out your gums.
Yay.
So there were less than 10,000 of these ever made, and none of them were purple.
Well,
Well, okay,
Hot Wheels
all right.
embellishes a little bit, and we're going to give them that. Why? Because we've loved them since childhood.
And plus,
And plus, a purple one would have been great if Ford would
would
have
have been really cool.
You know,
I
Wouldn't have
think
been the
they
early
made
80s.
them in purple for the GTs. I think I've seen a purple one. I love the blue
repaint.
ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the blue ones,
My
the silver ones.
Our mom, first car, Fox Body Mustang, 83, I believe. My grandfather bought it new for her off the showroom floor and drove it to her at college in Colorado. On that first drive, the fuel gauge stopped working.
Oh my God. Typical Ford, dude. Dear God.
You know what's funny? I'm finding that Ford is very hard on their fuel systems.
Oh, you're finding that out now, huh?
Yeah, I'm finding that out now.
Why don't we let the
Yeah.
folks know at home what you drive?
It's a 92 Ford Explorer XLT.
In a
And
very cool color combination, silver over red with a dope little silver pinstripe. Or red, pinstripe.
I
That
learned
was
the hard
wrong.
way that they like to overheat the fuel pumps, especially. So that's something that you just replace every 4 years or so, unless you can manage to keep. Well, the only thing that mitigates it is keeping your fuel tank above half, and it's such a problem that, of course, you have to drop your fuel tank. So instead,
They put
a
service hole? Tell me.
most common modification is to go back behind the driver's side passenger seat, lift up the carpet, and cut a hole through the floor.
Huh.
So you
That
can just
is
do
a
it
little
from
traumatic.
there.
So you can just do it from right there. I actually replaced it in the parking structure right over here out the window.
Oh, somebody cut it in, or did you cut the hole
The
in?
previous owner did it.
Smart guy.
Because I emailed him afterwards. I'm like, I don't know if you did this, but if this is the case, thank you very much.
Didn't even have to drain the fuel,
Yeah.
nothing. Made it super simple.
I
and
already
easy.
spent good money on getting a new fuel pump assembly because I did the whole thing.
But here's the real question: whoever the previous owner cut this hole, did he leave the tank in? I wouldn't want to be sending sparks, even if it's enclosed fuel. I don't want to be sending sparks at something plastic
Did
while
you
cutting
leave
metal.
the tank in?
The
Yeah,
fuel in-
well,
the fuel in
the
the
point
tank,
is
you
so
mean?
that you don't remove the
Right,
tank.
what I'm saying is like when you're cutting through the body, you're sending sparks
Oh,
everywhere.
I see.
And during that modification, while brilliant, how many people have accidentally gone foomp when the gas tank catches on fire? 'Cause
That's a good,
sounds
that's a
one
good
of-
question.
Terrifying.
Yeah, that's
a
it.
good
Never,
point.
I never like. I knew guys that would like when I worked as a mechanic would cut things near super flammable, and I would just the whole time. I like nowhere near like if it was near my stall. No thanks. It's just asking for a problem because I don't know how many of you have watched people
So
do
it-
dumb things on the internet, but
it
it's just
looks-
waiting to happen.
It looks more like they drilled holes in the corners, and then they take little metal shears basically, and they.
Okay, so the person that did it was smart, or they had limited tools. Either way, it ended up in their favor for the way however way they did it.
Yeah, I don't know what your boys were doing, but
Oh, I guess just be careful with the drill to not punch a hole in the fuel
Yeah.
tank.
I mean, if you tap it and do the whole nine, it's real easy
I
to
would
not
drill a
push
hole
there.
straight through that fuel tank. If I was me. Oh shit! I lost my balance.
all right. So let's move on to our classified cars of the week.
Yeah, so
Let's do it.
sort of sad news. I went to pull up everyone's entrances, and we have an automatic winner because the listing that you got, Ben, is no longer available.
Here.
Oh, bummer.
I did not find one from David. He focused on BaT, so
No,
he's
I did find one, but here's the thing
Okay.
about this car, which I think in hindsight we have to plan next time. I picked a very, I guess, obscurely rare vehicle that's only sold at one damn dealership in this entire country.
Yeah, this
It
one dealership
has
somewhere
like
has
8
like
of them.
9 of them.
Oh yeah.
Some
Remember we were
are
talking
30
about
grand,
that?
some are 15
Okay,
grand.
so
All of them are expensive.
You can still talk about the thing. What was it, Ben? Let's start with
It
Ben.
was like it was gray.
Oh, you picked the gray one?
Yeah,
I like the gray
it was
one.
gray, and it was, if I remember correctly, you guys aren't even going to believe me when I say this, but it was like 14 grand and had 38,000 miles. And I was like, this
Oh,
must be a typo
pretty
because
good.
this is the cheapest, lowest mileage thing I've seen at this dealership. Like they have ones that are like 11,000 miles, but they're 40 grand. And so this must have been just like a driver, you know,
Okay.
may have been parked outside, real original.
For how much?
I want to say like 14 grand, 14 to 16
Ridiculous.
You're
grand.
lying.
I think
I-
you are lying because the only gray one I
There's
saw
no
at
way.
that same damn place was
No, and it had the worst.
30
It
grand.
was the same place, but it had the worst pictures.
The only car you can buy with that
well,
mileage
maybe
for
that's
that
why
cheap
it's
is a Kia.
so for the folks at home. We do pull these up. This is I guess I
Oh.
don't care if I can't say it. It's a cars.com listing, and we it's no longer available to us. So I'd say go home and look at it, but you can't. So it looks. Did you find it?
Did you pick this black one? Where's the one?
I just looked it up to Google it now.
No, it had 30. If anything, it was that one,
The black.
but that one's still
Oh,
up.
I think that.
It's like 16 grand and 38,000
Miles.
miles, 36,000
Oh,
miles.
we
it
found
was
it, we
black.
found it.
All right,
Benny
all right.
found a good one.
It's got the dual headlight.
Yep.
fashion.
Yeah.
That's the, okay.
Maybe they did list it wrong. That's why like you can't remember it correctly. Maybe it was like they had they put up the wrong photos for it or something, and that's why this listing
that's
Earl
what
was
I'm
bad.
thinking.
I did see this one.
Let
Yeah.
me see if I can find it again though.
This was a good one.
But yeah, I was like, this is like way cheaper than any of them, but still has like low mileage.
That's wildin'.
Was it driving?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they were all, it was like
looking
in
driving.
great looking shape. It just was
Well,
priced very strangely.
Should we call
it
into
seemed.
question this dealership then? Are they legit?
I mean, look online for them, and it's
legit.
literally the only place that has these dealers.
Okay, sorry for calling them out.
Michigan,
Whoever
one-
they are.
Yeah.
All right, David, what do you got?
I don't know. I had a different one. It was also at that dealership. It was black. The only thing I really didn't like about it was it had like blacked out taillights.
Ew.
And like, call me crazy, call me old fashioned. I think that's tacky. I don't do that. Smoked out ones I've seen. I'm like, I'll give it to you. It looks decent on certain cars. But this, I was just like, distasteful. I don't like it.
Did it have matching windows?
No.
Ooh.
I mean,
Then
like,
it doesn't look good at that point.
it needed to be like tinted, yeah, which I didn't really look
And
into
also,
enough.
like, if you don't do like the side signals and all that crap, and you don't do like a dark tint on the the sun visor part on the windshield, like it doesn't look clean. It looks so like out of place.
It looked odd. That was the first thing I would remove. However, it was.
Well, depending on were they the tacky cheap ones, or were they like the decent blacked out ones?
They look kind of like the tacky.
Okay, I was gonna say if they were the good ones, then I would have kept with the theme, because try and find the Ford original one that's nice and decent.
Right.
Probably not either hard to find or expensive.
How many
Prove me wrong in
miles
the comments.
and how much?
It was like 73,000 miles, and it was like 12.9. So Benny, I
red?
think.
Okay.
No, it wasn't red. It was
Benny's
it
in
was
the lead
black.
right now. Benny is
All
in
right,
the lead
well.
right now. All right, Andrew, you ready to pull up yours?
Here's mine. It's fiercer competition than I had thought.
Don't look. Okay, now look. Oh,
That's
nope,
my
don't
bring a
look.
trailer.
Ah, okay.
There we are.
Here we are.
Oh, so you found a Craigslist one? Nice.
Yeah, he's a smart guy. He's a smart guy.
It was the only Craigslist one.
Ah.
84,000 miles. So it's got enough exercise in. Nothing's going to be seasoned up. The rubber's got to be all good still.
wow.
I don't like the wheels.
Yeah, you're gonna
That's what I
run
was
into
gonna
that
say.
quite often,
Yeah.
buddy. I agree, but
Loses points for wheels.
I don't know.
Looks good, though.
The thing is like the wheels don't look bad. They just look bad
See,
on that car because that's
here's
for
the
the
thing.
generations before. It's the old school
yeah,
like.
don't put the old school wheels.
Here's
in.
the
Yeah,
thing.
on
It's
that
supposed to
80s,
be
yeah.
new.
Also, that SVO was the only Mustang to have those wheels, the original wheels, these wheels. They didn't put those on
Yeah,
any other Mustang.
yeah.
They're unique to that car.
Right.
And should stay. So,
You gotta get those wheels.
boogity
well, they don't
whoopie.
look that great in my.
But they don't look that bad, and they fit the period.
Bro, it's like
Yeah,
it's like
there's-
my
so-
Benz. If
I
I didn't
found
get
it.
the AMG wheels, I would have felt extremely disappointed. So
I found the car.
you got to get one with the right wheels.
Yeah, that's the one you just showed us.
84, yeah, 11.9, 38,000 miles.
11.9.
11.9.
Oh, Benny.
Well, hey, so give a sweet plug. Whoever wants a SVO, this is a sweet deal.
eBay.
eBay, guys, get on that. Guys,
11.9,
gals,
buy it now.
Theys, thems, all at home. Go and buy that if
Well,
it's still up.
I
But
guess
for Andrew,
I think Benny might have won this one.
Yeah,
how much is yours? Is 12.5, Andrew? And what's the miles?
12.5.
What's the miles?
84.
Oh, not bad. Yeah,
The
but
pictures
you know what?
are actually really good, though.
Yeah,
like
his-
you did a good job.
Good Craigslist.
I mean, they're
photos.
not like the ones you pay for on Bring a Trailer or anything, but he's got it all. He even took a photo of the shifter boot leather and
the
the
interior
hand
looks
grip.
immaculate in there.
It looks pretty good. It definitely shows wear. The
Cool
foam is
steering
like,
wheels.
you know.
Yeah, but I mean that's to be given. That could have been just bad, like storing it in the sun originally when he had it, and then putting it in the
I
garage.
know, because you can see in the side bolsters. It's
My
kinda,
seller has
flattened
100%
out.
positive
But he has,
feedback on eBay.
hey?
So he ain't no shady.
Yeah.
We'll plug him. What's his name? eBay. Where what?
Garage Kept Motors.
Garage Kept Motors on eBay. 100% feedback. Y'all buy that.
Or
SVO.
Garage
It's
Kept
a-
If you buy the car,
Motors.com.
let us know how badly it went.
Yeah, or how
Yeah,
great.
or how well.
Either way, we are very interested. Yeah, definitely. Let us know in the comments below.
So what do we got for Bring a Trailer then?
Ooh, this is gonna be good this week.
Now I know I'm the winner.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I don't know.
I'm
I
the
don't-
fiercest winner of them all.
Bro, I filter my stuff through Chuck every time just to be like, Chuck, come on now, what are we thinking? Because like, if it's not crazy enough for Chuck to react, I have to go back to the drawing
I'm
board.
confident in all my
I'm
picks.
not. I need a little
Well,
bit.
now
like,
you're gonna get Chuck's reaction to mine live.
Okay. Fair enough. I'm excited to see yours.
All right,
All
so you
right,
want to go
first.
first, Andrew?
No, let's do Ben.
Ben, I believe this is Ben. This is Ben. This is Ben.
Oh, good pick, Ben.
Ben.
Good pick.
So,
Walk me through this. Why
Wow,
do you
that's a
think-
nice truck. I paid a lot
I'm
of money
trying to
for
figure out
that.
why this is actually a bad deal, but I want to hear your logic first.
Here's why this is a bad deal. Okay, this is a 31,000
Hold on, hold
mile.
on. If I scroll down and I see 12 valve, I'm just going to say, you're wrong, and we're going to have to move on. Okay?
Okay.
If this is a 12 valve Cummins, and this
I don't know what that
31,000. I don't remember if the 2007 had it. Mind
Well,
you,
are
I
you
used to be a
saying-
Dodge technician,
Are
so
you saying that the 12 valve is good or bad?
it's the best. 24
Okay,
valve is
okay,
like
okay,
if you
okay,
want to
okay.
build like does 12
Okay.
and 24.
So this is a 31,000 mile 2007 Dodge Ram 2500 ST Cummins 4x4, sold on
What that mean?
24. No, it's 4-wheel drive.
I'm just kidding.
It's a diesel, and it's like essentially the base trim.
Diesel
I'm
goes like a
pretty sure.
weasel, baby. Let's go.
So this the ST I'm pretty is like the work truck. Like it's not. This is a single cab long bed.
All music to my ears. Keep going.
5.9 liter Cummins turbo diesel, diesel inline 6. Like, no, I love it, okay? But it sold for $46,667.
Well, can you guess what it
All right.
costs new?
Yeah, 38. The window sticker's lower in the pictures.
Fair enough. So can we just commend the guy for holding on to a gem?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that's fine. But this
Sick
sold
deal,
for
dude.
more than it was new.
Here it is.
And there's,
But people will pay
it's
this
not
money.
it's rusty underneath.
Here's
It is
it's
not that rusty.
Not
Get
bad,
out of
but for
here.
That is
31,000
not
miles,
rust,
that's
No, for 31,000 miles on a
There's
truck.
brown.
For $46,000 is what it like.
Okay, but here's
you
the
can
one
get
thing.
these. You can get these with 60. Like these things don't die ever, right? Cummins diesels.
Yeah, this is-
Which is
a good
why this
investment.
guy was willing to pay this much
Yeah.
for it.
Because it's not going to be nearly as
You're right.
expensive to maintain it being a newer
38,000
one.
38,375 is the original window sticker.
So
crazy.
wild, right? It's just a great truck with a great cloth interior. You can get one of these with double the miles. It's going to run just as well for just as long for half.
Okay.
Yeah.
The one downside to this truck, I will also like. This is the generation with the worst interior.
Yeah,
Does anyone
worst
seen that?
interior
Yeah,
ever.
It's
video.
a Charger interior, pretty much.
It's pre
Yeah, but-
2010.
No, but
It's
dude.
the
also
brittlest,
like
worst
your
American
Avenger
plastics.
interior. Like that steering
Hey.
wheel is
Oh,
literal rubber.
It's
Yeah.
yeah.
like
This is the era where every other like country was ripping us apart for like the plastics we put in our cars.
yeah,
Like, this
right, yeah.
is
Like,
the
2007 was not
Every
a
single
good
Top
year
Gear
for
episode.
America.
Yeah,
any
well,
of
at
the
least we had
fucking
more
car.
than 3 cylinders in our engine bay.
Yeah. Here's the thing about this truck though. Like, yes, I would say that it sold for a little too much. Not a lot too much,
I
but it did sell for a
probably,
little. Here's the thing. The reason why I defend this a little bit. This guy with this truck didn't use it for what it was for, and whoever probably bought this saw that he's got like he never has to buy another truck. This is probably a ranch guy. This is probably some dude where he's actually gonna use this truck for what it's worth and
Yeah,
still treat
but-
it right.
but
if he's
like-
willing to spend that much, he's gonna use it theoretically.
He needs to be
Or
able to fix it
this is-
himself.
Or this is going to be, we're going to see this somewhere on 1320 videos soon, going down the track, hauling balls, beating GTRs. So,
But
you know.
Slammered,
think
14-inch wheels.
Oh, no, not that.
think of the truck a decade newer. He could have gotten a fully loaded Ram with all the bells and whistles.
Worst trucks, though.
Again, it's
Arguably
also going
worst
to cost
trucks.
them $1,200 for an oil change.
19, 20.
Or
any of those
arguably
trucks?
worst trucks.
Really?
Yes.
What?
At least
No,
for like
no,
the
it
power
doesn't
plant,
cost
the
that.
frame, the actual truck part of it, like the
I
interior,
was just
the
joking.
amenities, way better. Chrysler and Dodge and Ram, like their interiors now are actually really decent. They're still, I mean, if
Yeah.
you're comparing it to like a Mercedes, yeah, you're going to be disappointed. But
All right,
still-
moving on.
All right. Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who's
They're all
next?
the same.
Oh, Andrew.
Oh,
it's me,
what is
it's
this?
Me, it's me. It's
What is
me.
this on the screen?
It's
What?
It's David as a
Lada
car.
Wow.
Uneventful.
That's not true. Probably run
come
faster
on.
than this
That
damn
thing looks
thing.
so fun.
Oh, come on.
This
now.
definitely looks like it goes to Israel in the
Let's
summer.
talk about the
It's
car.
adorable, first of all, but it is a Lada Niva.
1994, Lada Niva, 4-wheel drive, little SUV looking hatchbacky thing.
Yeah, that's
going,
what it
Dave.
is. Google Lada
Oh,
Niva.
Doug's take. Let's see Doug's take.
Wow!
Our first
first
Lada
Lada is
Niva is
here.
here. Maybe they've had other Ladas, but not quite like this. I will say, as far as like a Russian, thing, it does look pretty clean. But also, I don't know.
34,000 miles.
34,000
maybe
miles.
kilometers. I don't know.
Yeah,
how
I was
the-
about to say, is that
I
in-
don't know
yeah.
I don't know how the Russians judge distance. Behind that iron curtain of theirs.
Okay,
It's
so
a 5-speed. It's in New Hampshire, or it was. Now it's gonna on. Yeah, it was on Cars and Bids. I chose a different platform today because I was like,
so how is this a blooper?
They paid
someone
$12,500
spelled
for it.
$12,000 for it.
Okay,
I'd spend that for that.
so in
What?
case any
Absolutely
of you
not.
listeners,
So cool.
What-
You guys are
Hold on,
out of your
hold on,
mind.
hold on, hold on.
Okay.
Okay, let's keep. In case any of you
No, I wouldn't.
listeners
I would spend like
are
6.
unaware of what a Lada Niva is, it's Cold War era Eastern Germany plus, and friends.
Which you have none.
Economy vehicle.
The Caucasus.
Yeah,
The
great.
general story of what it was like to own this car is you actually had to cheat the system a little bit to get a little more money than everyone else. Then you had to wait maybe 6 years to get one.
If you're
Nobody
lucky.
else had a car back then, so you're kind of a big deal. It is not a well-built car.
But here's the thing.
By the way,
They've
that's
been
not a good
making them
car.
for like 40 years.
yeah,
It's
but
it's the same as
still
any
make
English
those.
car from the time. It was a tractor engine.
yeah, but here's the thing about this though: you can find British car parts in America. You
Yeah, sure can.
cannot find parts for this easily.
No, sir.
This is not going to O'Reilly's. This is
No.
not a trip to AutoZone
Oh,
to fix
but-
this thing.
but-
This
No.
is.
You're getting communized if you
Yeah,
want
well,
to
and
find
here's the
more
thing
of
too.
this.
Is like no knocking on like international ordering, but like no matter what, like if you order something from another country on Amazon, there's always that like in the middle of the night going, "Is that gonna make it? Is that gonna be here tomorrow morning?"
yeah.
I spent
And-
40
Did that
bucks on
sync with the
shipping.
rest of that ship? Did that go down with the plane?
Is it
Like,
stuck in the Suez?
Yeah, especially if
yeah,
you,
like oh yeah, thank you. So that's the one thing that's what is so. Who in their right mind bought this?
My
For
Lada's going to be on
12
blocks till they get that ship out of the Suez.
Yeah, see that's what I'm saying.
imagine if you bent a wheel.
Bro, stop it.
He's done. He's out.
No, but then all you do is you just order it from Cuba.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, they don't have
no
no-
Bel Airs, bro.
No, here's the thing about Cuba is that that's why they have all these chicken wire and gum fixes on it. They couldn't import or get anything new. What they had from America.
From Russia.
No, they don't have anything new in Russia because the economy. Yeah,
Communists.
yeah.
They're
They
all
gave them
communists.
weapons, not cars, buddy.
Yeah, they didn't drop
gave
off a
him-
bunch of lavas.
No,
Like, you
there's
guys
you're
figure
not,
it
you're
out.
not getting this from Cuba, dude. I'm sorry, I hate to burst your bubble. The person that I'm sorry, I'm with
Castro.
this blows my mind. Alrighty, let's see who's
Fidel, here is our worst vehicle.
Oh, okay.
So this one's going to hit home for some of you.
Okay.
Are you okay? You just died.
Wow.
Ooh, wait, we got to go back and check the comments on all these.
Wait
There's
a
some wild
minute.
cars today.
Wait a minute. This is like the. I'm
Ooh.
not
Okay.
best.
Yikes.
best.
Oh, good
This
gracious.
is a 1968 Chevrolet Corvette convertible with a
Oh, this sold yesterday.
with
that's
a
why I
hard
didn't find
top?
it. Shit.
kinda,
What's left of
I
it?
think they cut the
They,
hard top.
they
off
stole that off
another-
your Triumph.
Yeah, it looks
So-
like a.
So it's a 427, the V8, 4-speed, right? Pretty decent. The only problem is it is a piece of shit, and somebody bought this thing for $17,000.
They
In
bought
case
it
you
for
don't
the
know,
engine, obviously.
you can buy a nice one for $17,000.
Yes, you can.
You can buy a nice one for $12,000.
Repainted
This
black,
doesn't even
but
have
was
the
it though?
glass.
Oh, look at that
my God.
full interior. Holy.
It was burned.
I don't want to say
It looks like they bought new seats from the Sears catalog and then it's all over it.
Died.
I was so baffled by this. I thought it looks like a fire damage vehicle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like a fire happened in this thing. I thought this
Or
car
at
was
least
owned by
someone
somebody
chance.
famous.
Oh yeah, seriously.
I thought this thing was owned by like a Clint Eastwood or something. Turns out
Sylvester
it's-
Stallone's abandoned
it's-
car.
It's literally none of that. It is just they've rebuilt the engine.
That's it.
Like,
Wow.
and then they took the air filter off because it's not running anymore.
Question.
What?
No. Were these fiberglass?
Yes. Every Corvette ever made up until C5
It was fiberglass.
was fiberglass.
Okay. So some guy just thinks he can,
Buff it out.
Bend it? Yeah.
yeah, like, shave it down and repaint it? I don't know.
I think the only thing
That top is heinous, though.
yeah, they cut it off another hardtop
Especially
Corvette,
heinous.
a coupe, and just put it on there. You have the. So let me paint a better picture for how this car
Did
looks.
someone do chalk drawings
Yes.
on the back of it? I'm serious.
That's the primer.
What's happening behind the left wheel?
Yeah, I know.
Right
yeah,
there.
it's like somebody
This is also on like
thing.
rust
somebody
bucket
David
Steelies, like
David threw his
rusty
best
Steely.
softball pitch straight into the fender.
Yikes.
The only nice thing on this car are the rear
Heat it up, bend it
little
back.
chrome bits for the bumper because those are easy to take off and cheap to re-chrome. And this guy did nothing else. Of
You
course,
got
it's an
got, my
automatic.
guy.
No, here's what's going to happen. We're going to
did
see
this?
this on 1320 in 6 months.
There's no way it's never going to run again.
Sad to see this. Sorry, we're reading. I'm going to move to the comments real quick.
Sure.
Sad to see this classic left alone to die somewhere it shouldn't have been left. No meat left on the bone. Sad. Yeah, hyenas wouldn't
Yeah,
even
that's
eat
how
this.
that's how
Down,
this
down,
thing
down.
looks.
I want to see what they say right around the time it's sold.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Is this it? I'm doing no. What?
Should have sold at the highest buy.
Sometimes the leftovers are just sitting in the fridge too. Sometimes the leftovers
Yeah.
are just sitting in the
Yeah.
fridge too long. This was one of those moments. Yes.
It does kind
Dino.
of look like when
7,000 plus likes, Dino, my guy. Here's I don't
you know
know.
when the meat starts to like turn brown in the freezer and like
Yikes.
Oh my just a mess.
The high bidder should probably celebrate with a steak dinner
wait,
tonight.
Wait. This is bid to 17,000. This didn't even sell. Did you say that before and I missed it?
Oh my god.
The reserve
Oh my God, you're right.
was higher
Oh my
than
God.
$17,000.
You have an accidental
You won.
double blooper.
You won.
But you lost because it didn't sell. Technically,
Doesn't
I am
matter.
the winner.
It's-
Lava.
Okay, we'll give that. We'll give that for one. We'll give 2 awards tonight. For double blooper goes to Andrew because holy.
That
This
bring
thing
a-
is treacherous.
Bring a trailer. The roof isn't even secured
No, it's
on the
not.
passenger.
You ever
It's
see
literally
some of
not
the
even
things
put on
on-
there right. It's like not made for it.
Yeah.
You ever see some things where you're like, I think the seller is the worst. He's coming off the worst of
I think the
this.
seller was bidding against himself.
Yeah.
Bidding
Like,
himself up and was like, "Don't sell it. It's me."
And then yeah.
Well, okay, I got an honorable mention.
George
that,
with a J.
yeah, Joe, yeah, 100%.
We weren't allowed to pick this one. It was,
I know.
No,
I left
no,
it
But,
because
but now
I-
I think I still won.
No, you still won.
Yo, yeah, you won.
I sent,
you won.
Yeah, you won. I sold this over the weekend, or sent this. Excuse me, sold this. I sent this over the weekend to the guys when I saw it first pop up on my Instagram feed for Bring a Trailer. And I am a huge VW nerd, so I want to defend this, but I just can't. This
thing is
a
hot though. I
Yeah.
love these.
This is a 97-mile 2004 Volkswagen R32, sold for $104,000.
For those of you who don't know what an R32 Volkswagen is, this is not a Skyline. This is a four-wheel drive Golf with wide fenders and a cool blue with big wheels.
And,
Six special cylinders.
Yes, thank
Yeah,
you. I
and-
want to say
yeah.
one of the most, not to defend Volkswagen, just cool engineering. This is a really cool engine. They don't use it anymore. It's what made the W12, the W16.
VR6?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So that's what.
But
that's,
they made regular Golfs with a VR6 at the same time, right?
Yes, but those were so.
like down-
they're
Would that not be a
Imagine.
VR4?
No, that's actually. You know what? That's a little sneak peek to a later episode.
Okay.
Remember V4s that are staggered. Anyways, so I love VWs, but this thing is sold for way too much. So this was like $104,000. These are VW nerds going, I want it more than you, or excuse me, I want it more than you. So
It was 2 dudes, right? That just kept going. And
had to have been. Let's scroll down. I don't know. I didn't. I
Was
just
that-
saw
I'm
the
thinking of
price and.
another-
Let's not assume genders of
Jack's
this terrible
R32.
purchase.
Why does it say that?
Huh?
That it says Jack's R32. Go up. There's like a down. There's like a paper plate that says Jack's R32. It's not even a real license plate.
Yeah, it's from the
Like,
dealership. European Parts Performance.
But like-
Maybe this was a special order one or something.
Jack's.
it's just a personal
dude,
plate
it's
you
such
put
like
on the
look.
front.
Oh god, that is such a.
Those seats are cool.
The interior on this thing aged
Mint. I mean,
well because it doesn't look like a cheap chintzy interior that's American or Japanese.
no, but there's still like wrinkles in the seats and stuff, which I guess is just bending.
It's old.
Yeah, it's
Like,
old.
It's old.
But
97 miles. That bolster in the driver's seat looks well worn.
yeah, someone sat in it and daydreamed a lot, I bet.
Can't drive stick.
No,
This
it's a
car's-
Volkswagen.
Like,
He got,
drive it,
they
or else
left it on the showroom floor.
sell it.
It got a dead battery and then never ran again. So it was just a lot of. This was, you know what? Actually, that's exactly why that looks crazy. This was the dealership one. This is one that sat in a dealer and then got like put in a storage bin and some and forgot about it. So, but anyways, yeah,
That makes
cool car.
sense.
$104,000. Cool. No.
Not
I'm a
at all.
Volkswagen nerd. Well, 100%. I was telling David. Was
I
it
get
you?
one of these in Forza
like, I
every
would've- I
time
would've
there's
like-
a Forza.
Yeah, but I was like $45,000, 50.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have been like, you know what?
Sure.
I spent too much, but it's a cool too much.
You
I can
get-
live with
you
that.
get- you can get a
I get
minimum with
that.
30 grand with the same seat bolster and
Yeah, but those are
With
people that have like
30,000
have
miles.
not like the thing about this one is like you don't have to do that terrifying like when you buy a German car secondhand. Did they take care of it? Oh, how broke were they? Who owned this?
why does Antonio keep
Is it-
doing that to
here's the
himself?
yeah. Well, that's the thing. So like one of my favorite things like you ever see, like when you go to like buy a car and you're like, huh, you got 4 different tires on that right now.
I bought a Mercedes, my 240D that I sold to your buddy when I got it had 4 different tires and 2 of like the fronts and backs were different sizes.
Mine had
And
the
that
same
explains
tires.
why
Theirs
there
were
was also
2017.
JB Weld holding the intake manifold on that thing together.
Did not know that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're the one who did it.
I absolutely did not.
That smirk
Because
says
I don't
something
know how
otherwise.
diesels work.
Well, was it beyond your capabilities?
Oh yeah, I don't know how
That's
diesels
slightly
work.
criminal,
I took that to a
Benny.
mechanic.
Yeah, there was JB. But here's the
No,
thing:
it was slightly
held.
criminal.
It was
with the
amazing.
dairy
Oh.
check engine
Yeah.
light situation.
That wasn't
for
even
sure.
the problem.
That was
the JB
actually
Weld.
criminal, so we won't talk about it.
right. What's his name?
Gary.
Gary. That's it. Yeah, that's
Gare
and
Bear?
the Gare Bear, and we'll leave it at that. But anyways, that's a funny story. Yeah, Andrew, you won, dude. Holy crap,
That's pretty
man.
bad, right?
That's insane.
Hang
it got bid
on,
up to
it
that.
didn't sell.
It did not sell. For those of you at home, imagine.
Yeah,
Someone bought a lot
Well, yeah,
for
now all
$5
those
grand
comments
less than
make
this.
sense.
Think about that.
Oh,
When they were like, "Oh, I left the thing on the stove too long," like now that makes sense.
I don't
Before
know
I
who's
was like, I don't
crazier,
get it.
the people bidding on it or the guy who set the reserve higher than 17
No,
grand.
what is crazy to me? I mean, unless
What a
bringing
pile.
trailers having a go back to their roots for their first like 100 or their 100,000 sale, but like you actually have to bring a trailer for this thing.
Yeah.
like,
yes, you do.
Like that
Yes, you
hasn't
do.
happened in 7 years.
You
know what
can
I mean?
register that before you leave whatever town
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
in,
to
and
be
they're going to
clear.
pull you over every single time because it looks like you
It
are up
literally-
to no
it's-
good.
It's on like flatbed trailer wheels.
Yes, it's,
Like,
it looks like
boat
the
trailer wheels.
horse
That's why
trailer.
they're all
Yeah,
rusty.
yep.
It's been going into a dock and dropping a boat off this whole time. They just took the wheels off their boat trailer.
Can we go to the
Stuck 'em on
comments
this-
of the
It's so bad
Yeah.
that the primer
Let's check
on
out
the body and hood and fenders doesn't even match the primer on the door. Like it's a different
Primer.
black.
Congratulations, nice piece of Soviet history
Yeah, what?
From M6
Great buy.
man. Okay,
We're back. If for those of you listening at home, we're
Yeah.
back to the Lada.
on cars and bids. Good luck to J Bang practicing.
Everyone's nice.
I don't even know how to say that.
What's not to love about a
thank you,
1.6
thank you.
liter 4x4 with low range and a diff lock made during the Soviet era? I don't know. That's why David lost.
I mean,
Way to get in there, bud.
you know. All right,
But here's the thing, so-
I mean,
he-
I lost worse, but you
Yeah.
lost.
Oh,
also.
I would say that
Andrew
he beats
won
your
by
truck.
far.
Yeah, Andrew. Like,
Yeah,
he-
I lost.
out of things that
I'm
sold,
third.
out of everything that sold him, that's the. I would still say that the Lada beats the Golf only because again, like getting parts for it. You can go get the VR6 like that thing.
Nah, I don't know, man.
beats
That's-
the Golf.
No,
the
I-
$100,000 R32.
No way.
You say this is more ridiculous
No
of a
way.
decision? I think almost proportionally it's the same, but like
I
what?
want.
I think
I
it
mean,
does.
I drive a Previa and parts are non-existent, so this is right up my.
Look at us all
Masochistic
not
alley.
agreeing. I like this.
This,
You guys, you're gonna have to make up our minds for us, those at home.
Andrew won.
And, for that, yeah.
Andrew
Go to
won.
Bring a Trailer and look it up. It is terrifying. That should not have happened.
I mean, yeah, unless Bring a Trailer is going back to their roots, I don't understand why they put this even on their website.
Because they make money doing it.
But they have a wait list of cars that's months and months long.
well, if somebody wants to be stupid enough to set their reserve at $20,000 for a decrepit old Corvette, they're going to let him do it, I guess, because he spent $100 on that.
That's
$100
crazy, dude.
that they got. And you know who didn't sell? That guy. Nor did he take the professional photos.
I'm very
Why
curious
would
how
you?
much that dude paid for it. I mean, it probably wasn't in the condition it's in now.
He probably bought it during COVID.
Just like, I'll fix it, and then like,
No. When you
did.
couldn't get a car for any less than 20 grand.
Oh,
Anything that.
Anything
engine
fun.
rebuilt in 2023.
That's
So
so
like,
weird.
that's
We're
what
back to
people
the
spent
Corvette.
17
Sorry.
grand on it for.
It's a dealer.
Yeah, I'm wondering. So I'm wondering
it's a
what.
dealer.
Yeah, one, that's a Steeler. Two, I'm wondering if this is one of those things where someone is like,
Repainted black. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw
Repainted
that.
black.
Put that
But
in
I
In
was wondering.
quotations, repainted.
Yeah. I'm wondering if this is one of those moments where it's like it's from the original owner. I got it from the original owner. One of those dealership guys. It's like breathing down your neck, just like beating you over the head with the price. Like this guy definitely.
like that guy who went to LA
Rough.
to go buy that shitty SL.
Yeah. That guy sucked. I hope he never sold that thing.
So I don't want to throw too much shade, but if you do look this up, don't buy cars from this guy. In my opinion, only because he's a little off his rocker. Bid to 17,000, did not sell, and
I
it is
know
a
what the
pile
reserve
of
was.
dog. That's
Damn.
like there's just like it's trash.
So if you buy it, let us know how badly it went.
Because it went bad. There's no option. If this went good somehow, I don't know how the
If you have a wife, you
I thought it
don't
was gonna be-
anymore. Yeah,
I
100%.
thought there was going to be
Just-
like a split window or something.
Just
nothing.
tell us your vision.
Oh yeah,
That's all I
Actually, yeah.
want.
Call us out on the internet, dude, and
Let
like,
us
be like,
know your vision.
why?
With it.
Yeah, you know what we could
Whoever
do a little.
was the high bid, let us know
What was the? Yeah,
Let's do a
what
little
you wanna do with
collaborative.
this
Yeah,
car.
please let us know what was going through your head.
We'd love to interview you.
All right, I think that'll be about that. What do we got for the race schedule, Chuck?
yeah, hey, March, it's popping off. Everyone at home, it's finally picking up. I gotta scroll through here.
baby.
So I gotta bounce around. But so the 11th, this next coming weekend is NASCAR
March
Xfinity.
2023.
The
Yeah.
11th of March, yeah.
March 12th, Extreme E, which is a desert race. We got supercars in Australia, Newcastle,
Oh yeah.
Melbourne, Newcastle. Yeah. Oh, or is that New Zealand? Oh, let's find out. Hold on, let me open it up.
No, that's Australia.
Is that okay?
that's
So
Australia.
one of our Commonwealth members here let us know. Okay, 12th is NASCAR Cup in Phoenix as well. 11th is MotoGP for those of you that are two-wheel fanatics.
Portimao.
We got WEC on the 17th of March.
in Sebring.
Wow.
At Sebring. And if you like watching, fake cars shaped like trucks, NASCAR Truck Series, March 18th.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Those things are so rad, though. I'm sorry, like
They're super cool.
My experience living in the country, dude. Them trucks are so sick. Woo! Oh man. All right, but anyways, yeah. So watch some racing. Let us know what you think.
Wait, hold on. There's
What else
more
is there to
stuff.
do?
No,
That's it. It's 11th through the 12th, dude.
Oh yeah.
Weekends are 2 days. We're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about NASCAR truck again in the next episode now because of this.
So it's not time for WEC yet, huh?
No, not WEC either, and that's why I didn't
So,
mention
like,
WRC. But but Formula One, so a lot of stuff later in the month to look forward to. A lot of stuff later in the month.
Yeah, the race
Yeah,
season is
yeah.
Moto
starting.
2, Moto 3, Moto GP,
In March.
Formula E. Yeah, March. Yeah, March is where it's popping off. That's what I said. Yeah, we're okay. So a little bit longer, folks. It's not quite yet, but soon.
Next week.
And you're gonna be hearing all the sweet.
They don't sound like that anymore.
That was pretty good.
That was
Those
pretty
were good. Nice.
All right, but
That was
That
good.
was good.
Get out of my way! I'm going fast.
yeah, that's his 1920s goose
Ka-chow!
horn. Oh yeah. Oh man.
All right, see y'all next time.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Hold on.
Oh wait.
I'd like to
Jump
thank
the
my
gun.
family. I'd like to thank
Oh,
God.
oh, no.
I'd like to thank
All right,
football.
Chuck, play him off
Somebody
the stage.
blew his ass.
What is it? The Emmys or the Tonys or whatever. They start playing the
All
song
of them.
MTV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chuck. Thank you, Ben and David, and thank you,
You're
me.
welcome.
Good
Yeah.
night.
Good night.